Hey, what's up, guys? Greg Luther here, and thanks for joining us on this quick Facebook Live. I actually just got done with a coaching call for my entire Inner Circle group. Very productive call today, discussing lead generation and most importantly, how they're generating leads at a very low cost. One of the agents that we had on there was out of California, generating leads at 91 cents a piece. Another one from Florida, generating leads at $2.22 or $2.23 a piece. Unbelievable how well it's working. But that's not our topic for the day today. I have been working like crazy today. As you can see, I haven't even shaved. Looking a little rough here today, but we're bringing you the goods regardless. So thanks for joining us on this Facebook Live today. And our topic today is why leads never respond to you. And I know you've struggled with this before. You get a good lead, whether it's from your website or, a lead you've purchased or they're forwarding to you or something your broker sends to you, and they're not replying to you at all. You call them, you text them, you email them, you send out the Batman symbol. You do everything you can, and unfortunately, they don't reply. It's like they fell off the face of the earth. Well, you may not realize the number one reason they don't reply. So one of the offers that we're using right now that's working extremely well, we're using it in every single state. And as a matter of fact, both of those that we just talked about from the Florida agent and the California agent, both of those are buying a home with no money down. Well, obviously, if you're advertising with no money down, we'll instantly think, oh my gosh, it'll be bad leads. It's not going to be good. They're not going to reply to me. They got bad credit, all of that type of stuff. I'll give you an example. If you followed me for a while, you know I do pretty well financially. I make a lot of money. I have a credit score as of this morning of 783. But I'll guarantee you when I go to buy a car, if I can get it no money down and low interest, it might be better for me to do that instead of paying cash. If I go to buy a house, and I'm sure you've had this before, people can pay cash, but they choose to take financing because they can do something more profitable with their money, right? So if you're advertising to the right type of people, you'll find that that ad does work well. Now, here's the problem, though. Not everybody has great credit or great money. If you've been in sales in any industry for long enough, you know that's the case. They certainly don't have great credit or great money. But the big thing is, for those that aren't perfect, that don't have impeccable credit or money, their biggest fear is rejection face-to-face with a salesperson. So you know the number one reason they won't meet with a realtor is they're worried to death. They're going to fall in love with a house. They look at a few houses. They meet with you. They do all this stuff. And then financing's not going to go through. The number one reason they won't go look at cars is because they're afraid they're going to get rejected face-to-face. So if you look at, let's step outside the real estate industry for a minute. Let's look at the car industry. What's happening there? Why it's so user-friendly for them? If you look at things like Carvana.com, and some of these sources where you can just jump online and find out if you'll be approved or not without talking to a salesperson, that's what they want. And that's why it's working so well. It's circumventing that whole fear factor they have of, could I really get a car or not? Could I really get a house or not? That's why Lending Tree does so well. So if we switch back to the real estate industry, Lending Tree or any of the other ones, as much as we hate them and we don't like them and they're selling us leads and all that other stuff, the reason the consumer likes it is because they can get information without dealing with a live human, and they don't have to worry about rejection. I think you'll agree, if you've sold real estate long enough, you know that a lot of buyers think their credit is a lot worse than it is. I was talking to a buyer or an agent the other day that was speaking with a buyer, and the buyer said, well, I don't think I'll ever be able to get a home. I had a home that was foreclosed on 12 years ago. So? And it's the same way in any industry. I can never get a car loan again because I had a car that was repoed 73 years ago, like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, that type of thing. They believe less of themselves than as much as you could really help them. They'll never believe you can help them as much as you say you can. So what can you do to circumvent that? How do you start to get these people qualified or show them that they have an ability to buy with you without needing to meet them face to face? Because what happens is, our broker or our team leader or our sales manager is always going to say, just get them in here. Just get them in here. Whatever you got to do, get them in. Go meet them. If you can meet them, you're going to get them. Well, that's what they don't want to do. They don't want to subject themselves to meeting someone and then being rejected because their credit wasn't perfect, or I had child support from 10 years ago, or I had a lien on me, or I owe the IRS, $5,000. Whatever it is, they all believe, man, I just can't get there. And I think that all of us have been there in our life, that we probably could do a lot better than we thought. And we're thinking, man, my credit's not perfect, or, buying a house, man, you need like 20% down for that, right? So the fact is, there's no sense in generating leads unless you know how to convert them. And one of the best conversion approaches of all is to contact them, whether it be email or text message or whatever, so they can get their information in a non-threatening way. I'll give you a quick example so you can see this. By the way, I'll make a quick pitch to you and then I'll give you that example. Many of you know that I'm closing up shop on the Facebook Marketing Generate and Convert Conference. It's coming up here in Orlando, February 19th. We only got 3 seats left for that thing. If you're looking to make a bunch of money with Facebook ads, how do we generate those leads and how do we convert them? You can get a full training. It's actually a deeper dive than what we're talking about here today by going to luthercall.com. Again, luthercall.com. If anybody's watching here, I'm using my cell phone, so if you can type in the comments here, just comment with www.luthercall.com. If you could type that in, I would appreciate it. And again, just click on that. You'll get some more details on it. We do get a lot of traffic going there because I advertise it in a lot of different medias. So if you go there and it doesn't come up, just hit that little refresh button. It'll pop right up for you. So if you get like an error message, it's just a lot of traffic, just hit the little refresh button. Anyway, here's how you convert them. So what we're finding is if you generate a lead that says, I want to buy a house with no money down, what if you were to reply to them and you say, yeah, that's no problem at all. We can actually help you with that. Now, there are some qualifications, and I want to make sure you qualify before we waste any time. First of all, you have to have a credit score of 640 or higher. If you're not familiar with it, totally free of charge. You can go to creditkarma.com and you can check your own credit score. If it's anywhere near 640, we can probably make it work because Credit Karma is not an exact science, but it's pretty close. So if you're anywhere near 640 or higher, we can make that happen. You'll also need a household income of at least $30,000. That's you and your spouse. As long as you have a household income of over whatever that number is, 30,000, 50,000, whatever, you would qualify. Check all that stuff out, and if you do qualify, shoot me an email back here, and I'll let you know what we can do to find you any home here in this county, and you can buy it with absolutely no money out of pocket. So what you're doing is you're allowing them to qualify themselves. Because for you to say, yeah, I can tell you all the conditions, just give me a call and let's talk on the phone. No cost, no obligation. They don't want to deal with that rejection. When you look at what we're dealing with these days with all of the fear of rejection and what other people think about me and social media and bullies and building your self-confidence, when you look at all that stuff, that's what's going on in our prospect's mind. So for us to say, sure, come on in and see me, and then I'll tell you you're a freaking loser and you can't buy a house, or you can't buy a car, or you can't buy whatever it is, they're just not willing to subject themselves to that because it's a lack of confidence in their own ability. Does that make sense? So if you can start your follow-up campaign by just telling them, sure, here's the qualifications, qualify yourself and let me know if you're good. If you do that, you'll find that they'll check it out. Like, you know what your banks will do. You know what your lender will do. Whatever lender or lenders that you're using, find out what their qualifications are. If it's no money down, great. If it's a VA loan, great. Here's the qualifications. If it's 5% down or traditional, conventional loan, whatever you're offering, FHA loans, whatever it is, find out that criteria and put that in the qualification follow-up, whether it be email, text message, even if you are making lead calls. But I want you to keep something in mind. I got my other cell phone here. If my phone rings, it actually makes me mad. Do you agree? You have that feeling? Oh my gosh, I know this is going to be a robocall. I know it's going to be about refinancing student loans or your credit card. There's nothing wrong with your credit card, but this is an important, you know that's going to happen. So you'll literally answer the phone like, hello? That's literally how we are. If you're calling your leads, they're in the wrong frame of mind to begin with. Calling is the least effective method. Now, if you're dealing with a sales shark that's done this for years and made millions of dollars and all, he's like, pound the phones, you got to keep pounding the phones. You used to be able to do that. I used to be able to broadcast fax people too. That doesn't work today because of the psychological differences of our prospects. Hopefully that makes sense to you there. So they'd prefer a text message. I can tell you my son, he'll order a pizza and never talk to anybody. He'll just he doesn't even text, I would like a pizza at this address. All he does is he sends an emoji of a pizza with a piece of pepperoni on it and hits send. And 20 minutes later, there's a dude standing on my porch with a hot pizza. The pizza has a GPS tracker on it now. He's like, oh, the pizza's almost here. And he's just around the corner. I'm like, are you kidding me? Never talk to a human. So, we can say, well, I don't really want to work with millennials. Millennials are like in their 30s now. So you do. That market has now matured enough that we have to change the way we talk. We always think I got to get them on the phone if I want to get them face to face. No, you do not. What you have to do is get over their psychological triggers, the problems, the walls that they put up, so you can get them to meet you face to face. So if their issue is, I don't want to deal with rejection, I'm not sure if I would even qualify, you've got to circumvent that somehow. And I know you've seen this before. You've worked with someone and you got them pre-approved for a loan and they went and bought a home without you. Have you ever had that happen? Here's why. Because they needed you at first. Oh, I don't know if I can get a loan. I don't know if I can buy a house. I need your help. Will you help me with this? You send them to the lender. The lender says, yeah, you're good to $260,000. They're up all freaking night on Zillow, driving neighborhoods, calling realtors, going to for sale by owners, checking out these new builds because now they've got $260,000 and it's burning a freaking hole in their pocket, right? So you have to make sure that everything you're doing, and whether it's you or your sales agents, buyer's agents, whatever that are working with you, you got to know how to convert your leads, and that's generally going to come by baby stepping them and giving them the confidence that you actually can buy this thing. If I can get them to believe they'll buy it or prove that they can buy it to begin with, credit score, income, total amount of money down, whatever it is, if I can convince them of that, I can get them to meet me because now it's burning a hole in their pocket. Now they can't wait to meet you because I'm confident. You know what? I got approved to $25,000 on a car. Now I just want to go buy a car. I got approved to $260,000 on a house. Now I just want to go buy a house. If you get that part right and you handle it the correct way, I think you're going to find it will make a tremendous difference in your conversion. What's the point of generating these leads if you're not going to get them converted? So hopefully that's helpful for you. Go to luthercall.com if you'd like to get a little deeper dive on this and learn how to generate these leads and get them converted. I am doing a live event February 19th. If you go to luthercall.com, you'll get some good training on there. You'll see some ads that are working and how to make money in this very platform that you're on right now, not making money from. It'll teach you that. And I'll tell you all about that February 19th event. But let me tell you, how relevant is this information? All of the leads that we get that we can't get converted, all of the reasons they're not taking our calls, they ignore us, they won't reply to us. How relevant is this to your real estate business, right? If you can just get them to believe that, yes, you can buy a house, you'll find that they're going to be very, very willing to meet you. So use that information. Watch this again if you want to. The advantage with Facebook Live is as long as you're subscribed to our page, it's going to be up in like 5 minutes. You can watch it again and start thinking about what are some of those psychological triggers that I can hit on so that whether it's text message or email or whatever, they will seek me out. I don't need to chase my leads. I don't need to keep calling them. I'm calling old leads. I'm calling old leads. No, give them the information so they will seek you out. Hey, I saw your email and it said that if I have a credit score of 640 or higher, I could buy a house with no money down. I do have a credit score of 662. Do you think I'll be okay? I don't know. Do you have a household income of over 45,000? Yeah, I do. Okay, you'll qualify. Like, it's that simple. That's all there is to it. But get them the information where they can get info without dealing with a salesperson. Hopefully that's helpful for you. If you're not subscribed to this channel, I want you to like this page, like this video, share it with a friend, all that cool stuff that we've got to do here. It helps me and it helps you. I can assure you this is going to help some of your realtor friends as well. I know they got leads they're not converting. And if you do a better job, I might start showing some of the email threads and some of the things that we've been doing here to get them converted. Because when you see good results, you want to duplicate that in your own marketplace. So maybe I'll share that with you as well. Like the page, share the page. Hopefully that's helpful for you. Get your butt out there and sell some houses today. And we'll plan on talking soon. Thanks so much. appreciate you having us joining us as a member here. I love having everybody here and providing as much value as possible. So thanks for joining us. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye for now. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video, and listen, we've got a lot more information for you to help you with growing your real estate business. We load new videos nearly every day, and I want you to have access. So you got to do two important things. It's both totally free. Number one, I want you to subscribe to this channel. You'll see the little subscribe button for you to click. If you don't have an account with YouTube, set it up. It's totally free. You got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important factor, you got to ring the bell. Right next to that subscribe button, you'll see a little bell to turn on notifications. That will let you know every time I load a new money-making video to help you with growing your real estate business. Subscribe and make sure you ring the bell. We'll see you in the next video.